A terrifying entity from the beyond is on a deadly hunt. Don't miss out. The clairvoyants will uncover the secret of a horrifying ritual, but can they stop the murderous evil? This is Psychic Investigations, a project of real and astonishing stories. Here, people who call themselves clairvoyants investigate high-profile criminal cases and incredible paranormal phenomena. "26-year-old Yuriy Alexeyev lived in Ukraine. He studied law, served in the army, started his own business, got married, and was raising a daughter, Hanna. At only 24, his wife became a widow, and his 4-month-old daughter, an orphan. The young man's life ended abruptly. He went to bed one night, then suddenly woke up in the middle of the night and died from an unknown cause.
It's unbearably hard.
That fateful day, Yuriy went to work in the morning. He sold leather jackets and sheepskin coats at one of Ukraine's largest wholesale markets. He returned home at around 6 in the evening. After dinner, he went for a walk with his wife, Lena, and daughter, Hanna. Later, the parents put their daughter to bed and began planning how they would celebrate their first wedding anniversary, which was supposed to be the next month.
He said, "We'll get married in church. You'll buy a beautiful dress, and we'll take photos somewhere by the sea."
Around midnight, the young couple went to bed. But in the middle of the night, Yuriy's family woke up to strange sounds.
We heard coughing, like someone was choking.
Yuriy's mother ran to her son. The last thing she saw was him collapsing to the floor and losing consciousness.
He never woke up.
The young man's family doesn't believe this happened by chance. Both Yuriy's parents and his wife are convinced that magical interference was involved.
Healthy young men don't just die like that. They don't. Especially someone who doesn't drink or smoke.
Yuriy had been doing sports since he was a young boy, lived a healthy life, and never complained about his health.
Since he was 4 years old, he could dive to great depths. He would go hiking the mountains and ski.
He was healthy and strong.
After Yuriy fainted, his family called an ambulance. While waiting for the medics, they performed artificial respiration themselves. However, even the medics' attempts to revive Yuriy were unsuccessful.
I shouted, "Lena, Yuriy is dying," and she stared at me, stupefied.
Half an hour later, the medics stopped the attempts to reanimate Yuriy and began packing.
The doctor said, "That's it. I've done everything I could."
The medics pronounced him dead.
The results of the examination shocked the family.
It said, "Vomit in the lungs."
According to the forensic examination, no alcohol was found in Yuriy Alexeyev's body, nor were there any poisons or other toxic substances.
But why did the young and healthy man die? His family and friends still can't explain his strange and sudden death.
One question. Why? What's the reason? There has to be a reason.
To find the answer to the mysterious death of her son, Lyudmila decided to seek help from British medium Anna Galliers.
I would like her to contact my son's spirit, so I can find out why he died so young.
The feeling is that the man was killed, but I don't see who did it. However, I see blood. Plenty of blood. And I also see some strange creature, a dragon, and it's incredibly large. The dragon I see seems to have swallowed the man. Could his death be connected to magic?
Together with Anna Galliers, Ukrainian clairvoyant Jana Shulakova will investigate this case.
I sense his soul being torn out of his body and pulled somewhere.
But what does all this mean?
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for coming. Please come in. Come in.
I feel drawn to this sofa. Here, I feel powerful energy from the man.
He slept here that night.
Normally, Yuriy shared the room with his wife and little daughter, but a week before his death, especially on the last night of his life, Hanna, who was always calm and quiet, cried incessantly.
The baby never left her mom's breast and kept crying.
So Yuriy, who needed to be at work by 6 in the morning, went to sleep in another room.
While examining Yuriy's energy, I saw a terrifying image. Right before his death, a horrible, horrible dragon started chalking him. But what does this symbol mean? Yuriy's daughter saw it too, which is why she cried so much that night.
Anna Galliers also saw the image of the dragon. But what do these visions mean?
I feel really unwell. Let's get out of here. I thought I was going to die. It's simply impossible to describe. Looking at his last moments, it feels like what happened had been programmed. Like something had been pulling him there.
Tell me, was Yuriy's body twitching and twisting unnaturally?
This woman is a close acquaintance of the Alexeyev family. She spoke with the grieving parents right after Yuriy's death, and they shared that their son indeed experienced something resembling an epileptic seizure.
His father picked him up so he wouldn't thrash around, held him close, and tried to revive him. He started shaking violently, so his father took him in his arms and held him tightly.
The family claims Yuriy had never experienced anything like it before.
He had nothing like this before. No seizures, absolutely nothing.
Something pulled Yuriy to the other side. But this deadly energy is unfamiliar to me. I'm having a vision. I see that Yuriy's wife has been behaving strangely since his death. It's as if she's running away.
Exactly. When the doctors were still here, and he was still lying on the floor, she phoned her mom, took the baby, and left.
But what does this mean? Could Yuriy's wife somehow be involved in his death?
We'll need to find his wife and talk to her.
As it turned out, after the tragedy, Yuriy's parents and his wife hardly communicate. Lena moved back in with her mother, who lives a 10-minute walk away. The psychics hurry to talk to her as soon as possible.
That's her mother.
Please come in.
Hello. Why did you leave the house that night?
When Yuriy died, I felt like I had no head, no arms, no legs. I left because Yuriy was gone. I felt like nothing was holding me in that home anymore.
Do you communicate now?
Occasionally. Every time I ask her to bring Hana over. But they won't hear me.
It's simple. His mom wanted someone else for her son. Someone richer, prettier, smarter. She wouldn't actually have accepted any girl. She loved her son too much. And no girlfriend would have been good enough for her.
Tell me, why didn't you want your son to marry?
I asked him to wait a little more. Just a little. They needed to get to know each other better. But he wouldn't listen to me.
From the first day they met, he told his friends that she was his wife.
After their first date, Yuriy and Lena were inseparable.
Why didn't your mom want to speak to us? Could she join us?
What can I say?
Did you quarrel?
Well, everyone quarrels sometimes.
It turned out that Lena's mother didn't like her son-in-law, just as Yuriy's mother didn't like his wife. Lena's mother believed the man didn't earn enough to adequately support his family and didn't help with household chores either.
Both parents were selfish. Instead of being happy about their children's happiness and success, they projected what they couldn't achieve in their own lives, thereby shortening the time fate had given them to be happy together.
Yuriy up in the heavens really wants all of you to be united. He wants you to be friends. He's pleading with you, please try to be one family. It seems to me that you often feel your husband's presence, as if he's hugging you around your shoulders.
I feel him, and I see him. At first, framed photos would fall. Toys would start moving on their own. Then he appeared in my dreams, daily after his death. He still talks to me in my dreams, just like he did when he was alive.
I was shown Yuriy again, sometime before his death. Lena sensed the danger, but she couldn't correctly interpret her feelings and visions.
I had this feeling. I kept repeating, I feel like I'm going to die. He would laugh at me and say, "What are you talking about? We still have so much life ahead of us."
But something really bothered him. It seems he turned to some elderly woman, perhaps a sorceress, for help.
Yes, he did.
It turned out that the young family visited the woman a week before Yuriy's death. At that time, 4-month-old Hannah began sleeping poorly and crying intensely at night.
We took Hannah to see her. She performed an egg ritual.
It feels like the woman used either an egg or fire. She moved it around the man, all the while saying something.
We went to her, and she said she needed to work with Yuriy because he had a strong curse on him.
Could Yuriy's death truly be the result of negative magical interference? As it turned out, after the first visit to the sorceress, Yuriy went to see her 3 more times.
Did he go alone?
Yes. He said she forbade him from talking about it. But on the day he died, he'd also seen her. He went at 3 p.m. and came back home at 5. When he returned, he said, "The egg burst while she was rolling it over me." And she said, "I'd feel really bad."
Was he supposed to feel really bad that evening?
Yes. I said, "Yuriy, should I get something from the pharmacy?" But he told me not to worry and promised to tell me more later.
But Yuriy never had the chance to tell his wife more. He passed away later that night.
The woman sensed that Yuriy was under an overwhelming mortal danger, but she couldn't correctly decipher what type of magical influence was involved or avert the danger.
This is horrifying, but what unknown force destroyed the young man?
I keep hearing something like the sound of church bells. It feels like a wedding. This situation was meant to change something. Yuriy wanting to have a proper engagement at a church wasn't a coincidence. Somewhere deep down, he felt that the ritual could remove or delay the impending danger.
But what does this mean? How could the engagement ceremony have saved Yuriy? And why him?
It's very strange, but I must say this. I definitely sense traces of magical influence. However, the person who did this is already dead. I don't understand how this is possible.
You can't perform a ritual when you're dead. That's impossible.
I understand it. It's strange to me as well, but I sense that some female spirit was bound to him. The ritual that killed Yuriy was very unusual. It's unlike anything I know or have ever heard or seen. I think it might somehow be connected to his work. We need to go to the place where he worked.
Lena's mother stays with her granddaughter. Meanwhile, Yuriy's mother and wife follow the psychics to one of Ukraine's largest markets, where Yuriy worked.
The market is closed.
Today is Friday, the market's day off. Entry is strictly prohibited. The psychics will have to work remotely.
Jana and I saw the image of a young woman before us. She had unusual Asian features, but at that moment, we didn't understand who she was. Had Yuriy traveled abroad before his death?
He visited China. He was in Beijing.
Yuriy flew to China twice. The first time was a month before his death. The second time, 2 weeks before. He traveled to buy goods, bringing back leather jackets and sheepskin coats. Could this be connected to his death?
Could this be related to China?
I sense a highly strange ritual. It's very ancient.
Yuriy was in China. Look, the information comes in fragments. I see a store, but it's not really a store. It's more like a kiosk, and it smells of tea. The tea is a mixture of many kinds, like little pellets,
He was there for 10 days. There were a lot of things, a lot of photos.
He really liked it.
Did he tell you about anyone he met there? Specifically, any locals?
I have photos of everyone he met. Taxi drivers, his partners he bought the goods from, the shops he visited, the photos from the factory. And he brought tea. It was compressed and it would bloom into flowers. Lots of different kinds of tea.
But what does tea have to do with this? Could the cause of his death really be Chinese tea? How is that even possible?
Before you buy tea, they always let you taste it. Then you choose which tea you want.
Who did he buy the tea from?
I don't know.
The family says all they know is that Yuriy bought the tea from a young woman.
The tea and the woman are troubling me. The information coming through is rather strange. What do I see? I see Yuriy and the young woman separately. They aren't connected. They had no relationship. They were complete strangers. But every time I see him, I also see the phantom of the woman.
I saw that after Yuriy left China, the woman who had given him to taste the tea was eagerly awaiting another meeting. But she and that person were never destined to meet again.
I don't see the woman alive either. I see something like a winding road, and she's on a bus.
She had an accident. I see a lot of blood. She was taken to a hospital, but she soon died there.
Could this image be the one the clairvoyant saw at the beginning of the investigation?
I see blood. A lot of blood.
What the clairvoyants describe could indeed have happened. However, there is no way to confirm or refute this information. No one except Yuriy had seen or known the woman. As such, her fate remains unknown.
Look, I see two events happening simultaneously. That means their timelines intersect tightly.
But how are the deaths of the Chinese woman and the Ukrainian man connected?
I see pre-death convulsions, family members, a hospital room, and then a celebration of sorts. Like a ritual over the deceased or something like that. It's as if people are celebrating something for the dead.
It's a ritual where two souls are united in the heavens. It's like a marriage, but not in our world. It's a marriage for the dead. I've never seen anything like this before.
To verify the clairvoyant's insights, we consulted the Ukrainian Association for Chinese Traditions and Culture. And they told us something that's truly chilling.
In recent years, China has started reviving an ancient tradition known as ghost weddings. If someone didn't find their soulmate in life, their relatives search for a deceased spouse for them among the dead and marry their souls. They then celebrate it as a real wedding. Some people even exploit this tradition. Wealthy relatives even buy the remains of a desirable deceased person and bury them next to their dead relative.
But why did Yuriy die? After all, when the Chinese woman died, he was still alive.
When this woman was in the hospital and dying, in her delirium, she uttered his name. Her parents interpreted this as her saying the name of a deceased lover and decided to fulfill her last wish.
I understand that her relatives performed this ritual to release or improve the condition of her soul, essentially binding Yuriy to her for some reason.
I get it. The phantom we've been seeing all along is the young woman who died in China. She took Yuriy's soul to the other side. By performing this ritual, her relatives bound Yuriy, who is still alive, to the spirit of their dead relative. Almost all Chinese rituals involve a dragon. That's the one I saw at the beginning of the investigation. And it's the one that swallowed this Ukrainian man.
Yuriy tried from the other side to let his relatives know about himself and show what really happened to him. But they couldn't correctly interpret or understand these signs.
I think you had a dream related to China.
I had a dream where he took me to China, introduced me to the taxi drivers he rode with, showed me where he lived, and where he got the goods.
After Yuriy's death, Lena packed all his belongings into a single wardrobe. However, 6 months later, the travel guide he brought back from China mysteriously ended up in her coat pocket.
I found Chinese business cards and guides in my pocket. They included everything he wrote down, how to get to the factory, everything he left for me.
Moreover, the day after Yuriy's funeral, his family received a letter from the airline. Inside was a ticket to Beijing in Yuriy's name. Everyone thought it was a bad joke. Later, they discovered that Yuriy had flown business class to China. A ghost at a train station kills women, men, and children. Don't miss out. The psychics will uncover the deadly secret of the killer from the beyond. Yana Pasinkova and Rubina Cybulska, returning from another investigation, stopped to spend the night in a small Ukrainian town. The rumors about the arrival of the psychics quickly spread among the locals, and the next morning, this woman found them.
Hello, may I speak with you, please? My friend died. My name is Elena. She died last year. A train ran over her.
These are a husband and a wife, right?
Yes. Tell me her name. Irina.
Olena's best friend, 39-year-old Irina Bukshuk, a teacher of Ukrainian, died under highly mysterious circumstances. On her last day, Irina was going to meet her husband Ruslan, who had been vacationing in the Carpathians for a week. Busy at work, she couldn't spend the vacation with him. But suddenly, the school announced a quarantine, and Irina immediately bought a ticket.
I was waiting for her so much. She was coming to join me. She called and said she was at the station. I answered, "Irina, call me when you get on the train."
A call from Irina came 10 minutes later.
I got a call from her phone, but the voice said, "Your wife was hit by a train." I asked, "Is she alive?" "No," they said. "I just can't describe it to you. I can't live without her."
It turned out that Irina died while crossing the tracks with other passengers to reach the second platform. A train was to arrive there.
I was literally 7 or 10 meters away. She turned her head, the train honked, and then there was an impact.
Irina died on the spot. Everyone who witnessed her death had the impression that something invisible was holding her by the legs, preventing her from getting off the track.
She couldn't move, like she was paralyzed. It looked very strange.
The train was honking, but she didn't hear it.
She seemed to be in a stupor and didn't hear anything.
Why did Irina stop in the middle of the tracks as if she were enchanted? Why didn't she react to the people's screams or the train's horn?
She was never unfocused like that. It's a mystery.
It didn't happen just like that. You see, she couldn't simply leave me, she couldn't leave her daughter.
I think I know this woman. Where could I have seen her? Last year, the crew and I were returning from an investigation by train. When we stopped at this station, I was sitting and looking out the window when this woman called me.
A crew member recorded this incident on a mobile phone.
I saw a woman in the window. She was covered in blood. She was calling me. I read from her lips that she was uttering, "Help." It seemed to be a spirit. Quiet, 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 quiet. Who are you?
We're leaving.
My head's splitting. Who needs to be stopped?
The train is moving.
Are you going?
Save the daughter. Whose daughter?
The train started moving, but Yana was still listening to someone only she could see.
Let's go or we'll miss the train.
Get in, get in.
What did you see there?
The woman's spirit said that she was taken by her. But I didn't get it, who this her is. She needs to be stopped because there will be more victims. And the woman asked to save her daughter. But how can I save her? It couldn't be a coincidence. Olena showed me the photo of the woman whose spirit I communicated with a year ago at the same station. We had to investigate her death and find out what threatened her daughter. We were friends for 21 years.
She's appearing in my dreams, and she's always telling me that someone took her.
Irina's husband also sees her in nightmares. She asks him to take revenge on the force that ruined her.
She asked me, Ruslan, do something.
The spirit of that woman, Irina, asked me to save her daughter, so the girl might be the next victim. We just need to find out what exactly threatens her. Irina, tell me what happened to you. The first image, a baby boy, a newborn. He was killed. He was thrown away like garbage.
I have no idea.
She says, I'm showing you a woman. She's fair-haired and she's in white. She is connected to the child I'm talking about. I don't know. Did she happen to lose a friend who had a baby?
No, never.
Let's go see her husband.
His name's Ruslan.
Ruslan and Irina lived together for 13 happy years. Now the man is alone.
I can't live without her. The only thing that keeps me going is that I have a daughter.
Hello.
My name is Ruslan.
I'm Svetlana.
Svetlana is Irina's another friend. She often visits Irina's husband and daughter after her death, trying to support them morally.
I also want to find out what happened to my friend.
I feel that something is wrong with Irina's daughter.
She's very distressed.
Where is she?
She doesn't want to talk.
She doesn't open up to me. Everything related to her mother is taboo for her.
Can I talk to her?
Yes. She still believes Mom will come back. She was looking for ways to revive a dead person during the funeral.
Oh my God.
She spent hours online crying and trying to find ways of reincarnation. And I was standing next to her crying.
When Mom died, I just didn't care whether I lived or not. I wanted to go after her.
Alone with the clairvoyant, Yulia confessed that she tried to end her life. She climbed onto the roof of a high-rise building, but right before stepping into the abyss, she felt her mother's hands.
She stopped you. Your mom stopped you.
Yes.
Yulia was going to end her life, and her mother's spirit asked me to protect the girl. For some reason, she says that you are angry with her, angry that she left you. But she didn't leave you, darling. She loves you very much. She protects you. Nothing will happen to you.
Nothing will happen to me.
I hope Yulia heard her mother. Irina will always be her guardian angel.
Later, Yulia confessed to her father that after talking to the psychics, she felt better.
She even started going out of home and said she wanted to go to the cemetery to visit her mom. That's already progress.
We arrived just in time.
But what caused Irina's death? Who was the woman's spirit trying to tell the clairvoyant about?
The woman's spirit said that she was taken by her. But I didn't understand who this her is. She needs to be stopped, because there will be more victims. Here's what she says. I wasn't first, and I won't be last.
The mirror showed the loss of a male. Is it a son? Did you lose him?
No.
Hold on. The son is 10 years old. I see that he was sick with transparent blood.
I understand. She baptized my son Denise.
I baptized him also. We did it together. Well, Svetlana is like a member of our family.
Denise had leukemia.
Leukosis.
Irina and Ruslan's godson died of acute leukemia 6 months before his godmother's death. The boy was only 10 years old.
To her, he was like a son, a real son. She treated him just like Yulia.
I think I'll go take my drops.
Within 6 months, this woman lost 2 of her dearest people, her little son and her best friend. Denise spent his last months in the hospital. He couldn't get out of bed. The painful chemotherapy completely exhausted the boy. At that time, Denise's godmother, Irina, became Svetlana's only support.
She was very incredibly helpful in finding donors and providing financial support.
Irina's godson, Denise, kept some secret, and the secret is somehow connected to Irina's death. We needed to contact their souls. We need his grave.
And we can also visit Irina.
They're buried at different cemeteries.
I'm going to the boy with Svetlana.
I'm going to Irina with her husband and with you.
Hello, my baby.
I'm summoning the spirit of Denis. Come and tell me what happened to Irina. He's here. He says, "Mom, I love you. Louvre."
Louvre is his favorite word.
He's speaking unclearly.
He didn't speak well. He had Down syndrome.
It turns out that the poor boy who died of leukemia also suffered from this genetic disease.
But I don't see his father nearby. There is no husband.
No.
He left us. Ruslan was made his godfather, and he was like a real dad to Denise.
Yes.
Meanwhile, Yana Pasinkova, Irina's husband, and their family friend are at the cemetery where Irina is buried.
My darling.
There was no wind.
The candles went out.
At that moment, Irina's spirit took me by the hand and led me somewhere. Follow me, quick. Olena, Ruslan. Irina's spirit told me I had to find the woman who lost her child. She was the reason for Irina's death. Irina's spirit showed me some strange signs. I asked for a pen and paper and sketched what I saw. It turned out to be some kind of map. There are railroad tracks below and a bridge. On the right hand, I think over there, is either a small lake or some water.
A mermaid.
A mermaid. Is it a hotel? A monument? What is it?
We don't have anything like that here.
A blue building.
The clairvoyant, Ruslan, and Olena wander around the town for a long time, searching for some mermaid.
Here's the blue building.
Now we need to find the mermaid.
This is amazing. Here it is, the mermaid, on the gate. But what is this place? Why did Irina's spirit bring us here?
Irina's godson, Denis, kept some secret. What are you trying to tell me, boy? The spirit said that Irina's death was connected to a deceased young man. He killed himself. But who was he to Irina? Where and how did he die? I decided to go to the place of her death, to the station, to check if I can find something there. He's asking me to embrace you.
I love you. Fly to your cloud.
Do your relatives or acquaintances live here?
No.
Strange. Then, who is the psychic looking for?
Irina's spirit pointed me to a specific door. Hello, my name is Yana.
I'm Oksana. Pleased to meet you.
A man named Ruslan contacted us. His wife died. Her name was Irina. Her spirit brought me here. Are you somehow connected to her? Do you know Irina?
I don't think so.
She says your tragedy is the same.
My son tragically died 5 years ago. He was hit by a train.
A train?
Yes.
This woman's name is Oksana Izizova, and she lost one of her sons. At 17, Pavlo was a candidate for Master of Sports, the champion of Ukraine in hand-to-hand combat among juniors. The boy was hit by a train while crossing the tracks at the same station where Irina died.
He says he was going somewhere. And there's a baby involved.
He was going to get baby food for his little brother. Marat was 9 months old at the time.
The store with baby food is on the other side of the railway station. The boy got on his bike and went to the store.
It was a strange incident. He says, I stood there, motionless, like rooted to the spot.
When the train started approaching, he saw a silhouette. The train driver honked, but Pavlo didn't react. He didn't even turn towards the sound.
What the witnesses are describing resembles the tragic incident with Irina. It seems Pavlo died as mysteriously as she did.
Here's what he says. I saw a woman. I was in a stupor. She is there, where he died, at that place. Irina's spirit brought us there to show that her death, like the boys, is connected to the place, to the station. And we need to find the woman who takes people to the other side. We need to go to the place where it happened. Will you come with us?
Of course.
The clairvoyant and the relatives of the victims go to the station. There, a crowd has already gathered around Rubina Tsibulska.
I see a man. This is the soul of a suicide. Do you know anything about this?
He was 56, I think. He went under the train himself.
It turned out that Rubina sees the most recent death that occurred on the tracks at this station. 6 months after Irina's death, a man was hit by a train.
I thought maybe it was the suicide I saw in the mirror. But no, the man who recently died at the station was much older. At that moment, I remembered Irina's words that she was not the first and not the last victim. So, what is taking people at this station?
This is Rubina. This is Oksana.
My son tragically died 5 years ago. He was hit by a train.
Suddenly, I saw a woman, a dead woman. She's fair-haired and she's wearing white clothes. The woman I saw earlier today, she's young. She seems to be in a white dress.
Look, there she's standing.
She's looking for someone.
All bloodied.
She's calling her mom. The spirit of that young woman pointed me to a woman in a white coat who was standing among the people. What is your name?
Olena.
Where's your daughter?
She died.
She was crushed.
What was her name?
Natalia.
It turned out that this woman was accidentally passing through the station and, seeing the clairvoyance, stopped. Olena's only daughter was hit by a train 6 years ago on her way back home from the agricultural college where she studied.
The driver said he honked. After that, he couldn't speak all day long. He lost his speech.
The cards show that the girl's death wasn't an accident. She's a suicide.
It turned out that she threw herself under the train. They said they found a note on her, reading that she didn't wish to live and decided to end her life by suicide because her boyfriend left her.
My son stood right there where that house is, and he told me, "Mom, how is this even possible?" He couldn't understand, and exactly 8 months later, my son was hit by a train.
Your daughter's here. She's coming back.
She's standing here.
This is the root cause.
We sent a request to the police and received a response that 6 people have died on the railway tracks at the station in recent years. And Natalia, Olena's daughter, was the first among them.
People see her spirit here.
Both Irina and Pavlo seem to be frozen on the railway tracks because they saw Natalia's spirit.
I was shocked.
It turns out that locals do indeed see the girl's ghost at the station.
Literally, like a silhouette in the fog. You could even see the curls.
This woman also almost died under a train under mysterious circumstances. She still can't understand what it was.
I only saw something that looked like white mist in front of me. Fear gripped me. It paralyzed my body. I froze and stood like that until there were about 20 meters left. Then I took a step and jumped forward. This is how I stayed alive.
But why does the deceased girl appear here? And why does she scare people?
Something is holding her at the station, an unfinished mission.
The card of the child. She's looking for a child.
Wait, she was pregnant.
It's so horrible. Did Natalia die along with the baby in her womb?
How long had she been pregnant?
6 months.
She lies in the grave without her baby. Where is her baby?
I don't know. She was taken straight to the morgue from here.
I mean, did they take the baby out of her?
Well, yes.
It turned out that Natalia was buried without her baby. But where did the baby go?
Earlier today, I saw that the baby, it seemed to be thrown to the dump.
Did you ask the doctors what happened to the baby?
They told me it was removed and thrown away.
She is very angry. She runs, whispering a name. Oleksiy.
Yes?
As soon as Natalia found out that she was carrying a son, she immediately chose a name for him, Oleksiy.
Thrown into the trash. Of course, she keeps coming. She's looking for her son, and she won't stop until she finds him, and she's here now. You can talk to her.
I love you so much. Daughter, I miss you.
She needs her son back.
For this, Rubina, we need salt from you and the enchanted herbs you have with you. We also need something from you because you are her mother. Give us the lining.
The psychics perform an ancient ritual. It is meant to pacify the spirit of Olena's daughter.
Come on. Tie it in a knot.
Olena, you need to take this doll to your daughter's grave and bring toys for her son.
Rubina, Yana, thank you very much.
Let's hope that no one else will die like this.
A mysterious ghost with a pendulum is haunting a young woman. Don't miss out. The psychics will uncover a deadly love secret. Nobody has seen this beautiful woman smiling in a long time. 35-year-old Marta Konovalova from Ukraine is terrified, claiming that the ghost of her late husband, whom she, getting too emotional, cursed once during a quarrel, is out to kill her. The man suddenly died soon after the scandal.
It's all my fault.
Marta and Victor loved each other deeply. They raised 2 children and shared a close bond, always interested in each other's work.
He owned a business, and I always helped him with everything.
However, their relationship soured due to her husband's unfounded jealousy.
His jealousy became unbearable. The distrust and aggression started.
Marta was 15 years younger than Victor, and so he feared losing her. But at some point, her husband's jealousy reached absurd levels.
I wasn't allowed to wear heels or dresses. Anytime I did it, it would trigger jealousy and arguments.
But their final conflict came as a true shock for Marta.
He slapped me. I didn't know where to go or what to do.
Marta had had enough. She ran out of the apartment, broke down in tears outside, and in despair, wished her husband dead.
I said, Lord, please take him because I can't stand it anymore.
The next day, the devastated woman took her children and went to live with her mother. And after a while, Victor unexpectedly passed away. The man, just in his early 40s, suddenly suffered a stroke.
An ambulance took him. Then his parents called to say he was gone. I was deeply shocked.
Marta was inconsolable, for despite the hurt, she still loved her husband. Besides, his death was quite peculiar, as Victor had never complained about his health.
Nothing ever bothered him. I've got no clue why it happened.
Marta barely remembers how she got through her husband's funeral, but the night afterward, the man's spirit appeared to Marta in a dream and told her to join him in the afterlife.
He was calling me, but I said, no, it's too soon for me to go there.
What's even worse, the following morning, Marta nearly died on her way to work.
I was at the pedestrian crossing, and I saw the green light in front of me, but a woman behind me grabbed me and said, "Don't you see it's the red light?" I said, "No."
The stranger at the crossing actually saved her life, for at that very moment, a huge truck sped down the road.
Had I taken just one step, I wouldn't be here now. I felt like in a daze. It was something like a trance.
Marta's daughter, 16-year-old Irina, can't hold back tears at the thought of almost losing her mother that day.
Nobody could ever replace me, Mom.
And soon, Marta's late husband appeared in her dream again. He glared at her, making the same gesture over and over.
He kept pointing at his arm.
Imagine the terror Marta felt when, the next day, her daughter accidentally fell in the yard and broke her arm.
She injured it so badly that her wrist was completely dislocated.
It was shocking.
But just as her daughter's arm healed, Victor appeared in another dream, pointing at Marta's head. And a few days later, her 13-year-old son, Sasha, suffered a terrible head injury.
He went to the supermarket to buy something, and there he slipped on the wet tiles and hit his head on the back of his skull.
The boy barely made it home.
He couldn't stand up, and half of his body went numb. I immediately called an ambulance. He spent 2 days in the intensive care. They said he had a brain hemorrhage from the impact, and it could have been fatal.
Marta is certain the dreams and her children's accidents weren't coincidences. She believes Victor is trying to avenge on her from the afterlife.
My children are everything to me.
But if, at the beginning, Marta's late husband only appeared in her dreams, now she claims he has been manifesting physically lately.
I walked into the room and saw a black silhouette in the corner. It scared me to death.
Soon, Marta's children also began seeing the ghost.
A black silhouette, about 1.8 meters tall. I didn't see his face. It was terrifying.
Marta doesn't see his face either, but her late husband was the same height, so she's convinced it's him.
I saw him in a suit and white shirt, just like he was buried. I got goosebumps.
Marta is terrified for herself and her children and doesn't know where to turn for help. The psychics are her only hope. Olena Kurilova and Jana Shulakova responded to Marta's request and agreed to help.
I had a dream. I saw a dead man repeating, "I'll take them all."
So it's her late husband, Victor, and it seems he wants to take the children too.
I'm not sure about it.
Then who is that? A clock fell off the wall by itself. When I looked at it, its hands were moving backward. That seemed utterly strange.
It's a sign. I see the spirit again. He's in a suit and white shirt, holding something, like a set of keys or medallions on chains.
But who is he? A vision. A dark room, and a woman's hand is drawing a pentagram on a mirror.
Is that Marta?
Who are you? I can't see her clearly. Men pay with their lives for her love.
What?
3 deaths.
But where do we search for the answer?
The psychics and Marta arrange a meeting in the city center.
Hello.
Hello?
I've been waiting for you.
I sense darkness around you. And hands on your neck. They're choking you.
Something has been choking me every night.
I saw a man's hands choking Marta. But who was it? I couldn't see.
You dream of a complete family. A mom, a dad, and kids.
That's true.
Suddenly, I had a strange vision. A coffin with a young woman. People surrounded her. Probably her family. And a man stood there. He looked at the woman in the coffin. He loved her, and he was crying.
Was it Marta in the coffin?
I didn't see her face, I don't know, but her hair was fair. Just like yours, Marta.
Marta, do you currently have a man you love?
Yes.
Marta says she met a man not long ago, but she's even afraid to let him get close to her family, lest he become the next victim.
I worry that he might become the next victim.
Unless you become the next victim.
Yes.
But where is the danger to Marta and her children coming from? Could it really be from her late husband?
Do you have his photo?
On my phone.
I decided to look into the situation through fire. I felt the answer was in Marta's past. Victor. Just a moment. He was very romantic. At first, there were gifts and flowers. He loved you so much.
He was 15 years older. He replaced me a father, since I grew up without a father, and was my husband, friend, and confidant. He treated me very well.
And he became a true father to your daughter.
It turned out that when Marta met Victor, she already had a little daughter from her previous partner.
Marta and her first man's life soured because he didn't want the baby.
Yes.
Marta dated her daughter's future father since high school and became pregnant when she was 19. However, her boyfriend said he was too young and didn't want a baby.
I told him that no matter how hard it was, I would raise her.
At 20, the young woman found herself alone with a baby in her arms. Marta's mother occasionally worked abroad, and so her grandmother helped her with the baby.
I felt that when Marta met her second husband, he won her over with care, attention, and boundless love. That's what she lacked in her first marriage.
I felt drawn to him.
Victor noticed the young beauty in a cafe where she worked as a bartender. From then on, he visited her every day. Marta says he asked her out for their first date with her daughter, who wasn't event 3 years old then.
He loved my daughter a lot.
A few months later, Victor proposed to her, and soon Marta became pregnant again. Victor already had an adult son from his first marriage, but when he found out they were having a baby together, he was overjoyed.
However, over time, Victor's love was clouded by unfounded jealousy. But could he be haunting the woman from the other world?
Suddenly, I saw a car accident on the road. I see children in the car. Your husband is behind the wheel. And the car, it's like it's possessed. It spins wildly.
Yes, we were driving to the village. The car started spinning, but I managed to hold the children. We were all terrified.
The family survived by a miracle. But why did the clairvoyant sense that accident?
The accident was orchestrated by a supernatural force that was hunting the family even before Victor's death. It wasn't his spirit seeking revenge. He, too, became a victim of that supernatural force. And that force was the man I saw, the one with the pendulums.
Marta barely holds back tears. She says the psychics have lifted a weight off her soul.
I feel a lot better.
Marta's husband didn't cause these tragedies. Instead, he tried to warn her, her daughter, and their son about the impending danger.
But if her late husband only appeared to Marta in her dreams, who was the stranger she and her daughter saw in reality? And why is he haunting the family?
I decided to tune in to the spirit of the man with the pendulums, who, according to what I sensed, was responsible for the threat. And I saw a strange picture, like a series of photographs. I see a couple, a man and a woman holding hands. The woman is crying, but I sense that their relationship is being torn apart by a third person.
To avoid being influenced by the energy of the location where they contacted the spirit of Marta's late husband, the psychics move a bit further away.
The spirit with the pendulums comes to take something or someone. Then I heard a clock ticking. Quiet. Where is the clock?
There's no clock anywhere here.
What?
It was coming from here. We heard a clock chime. Ding ding. But where's the clock? There are no clocks nearby.
At that moment, I saw the ghost of the strange dead man again. I asked him who he was and what he wanted from Marta, but the spirit only showed me a picture. It was like a painting. I saw a bed. A woman lay in it, sick and pale, as if she was dying. I had no idea what it meant. Who was this woman? But Marta seemed to know the answer.
Mom.
Your mom?
Yes.
What happened?
She was sick. She couldn't walk, talk, or understand anything. The doctors said she had brain inflammation.
Meningitis.
Marta says her entire family was terrified when her mother suddenly fell seriously ill not so long ago.
Her eyes were like mirrors when she looked at you. She didn't understand what was going on around her. She even had hallucinations.
The disease was so severe that the woman nearly died. Doctors went to great lengths to save her life.
But now she's all right.
Yes.
It was because of what she did.
Yes.
What did your mom do?
Magic. Does your mother practice magic?
She used to. Not anymore.
I saw Marta's mother flipping through magic books, lighting candles, laying out cards, and using other magical attributes.
She bought those books, White and Black Magic. She had tarot cards. She would tell people's fortunes with them.
According to Marta, her mother turned to magic many years ago. Marta remembers her doing strange rituals since she was little.
She would light candles, perform some rituals, and even go to the cemetery at night. It was strange and wild for me.
And you tried to take her away from there. You realized it was
dangerous.
Yes, that she would be punished for it.
I feared the entire family would be punished for that.
It took Marta and her grandmother a long time to convince her mother to stop practicing magic, as they both knew it was a dangerous and frightening thing, and the consequences could be unexpected and terrible. The grandmother even burned several magic books her daughter used.
The cover had the word magic on it. I didn't like it at all. I didn't let her do that.
We told her she shouldn't do those things because there were different pentagrams at that book and those tarot cards. No matter what Grandma did, Mom would always buy a new deck.
The woman never cared what her family said, claiming she was born for magic.
She always said she loved doing those magical things. We always told her, "Don't do this because you don't know where you're sticking your nose and what could happen." "What do you know?" "I know what I'm doing," she would answer.
So perhaps your mother did something with magic. I think I saw her in a vision before the investigation.
The woman didn't turn to magic for no reason.
What's your mother's name?
Maria.
She dedicated her life to finding the man she loved through magic. I'm sorry, but here. She didn't pay as much attention to you as you pay to your children now.
Yes, I lacked love.
Like an orphan.
First, Mom would often go abroad, trading something. She was always absent.
Marta only saw her father once at the age of 20, and her mother rarely appeared in her life, as she was always working abroad or living with yet another man in another city. She left her daughter with her mother and sister, who was also raising her son alone. The girl always felt like a burden to her aunt.
She always said, "I'm obliged to put up with you, so you'll do what I tell you." I didn't have a childhood. I didn't have the family I've always dreamed of.
Marta's aunt was outraged at her carefree sister for leaving her daughter with her. And she took it out on her niece.
She treated me as an outcast in the family.
What did your mom say?
I told her, "Mom, I can't live there anymore," but she told me to wait and be patient until everything was okay.
There was a feeling that the mother simply didn't need her daughter, as the woman was always solving only her own problems.
Yes, this is true.
Since she practiced spiritism, is it possible that she summoned the force that is now killing the family?
The man with the pendulums, probably she did it. She once made pendulums, putting rings on threads.
Marta recalls her mother make the magical attribute using her own rings.
Maybe she summoned the entity with that pendulum. And now that entity won't let our family live in peace.
Where is your mother now?
She's home.
Could we talk to her?
Absolutely.
I'd like to talk to that woman.
At first, Marta's mother, Maria, was reluctant to talk to the psychics, but she eventually agreed. The clairvoyants meet her near the building where she lives.
A spirit is threatening your family. Marta told us you used to practice magic.
Used to? I still practice it.
You still practice it?
But Marta didn't like that.
She simply didn't understand me. She didn't understand me as a mother because I always defended her. She found herself a man.
Do you mean Victor?
Yes. He did things that were just awful. And I sense it. It was me who sent him to the cemetery.
To the other world.
The woman's confession stunned us. But that was just the tip of the iceberg. What we learned next was simply shocking.
In the next episode.
What did you use to draw the pentagrams?
My own blood.
Oh my dear God.
You can't mess with me.
Back then, we didn't know the S-woman had already claimed 3 victims.
The continuation of the shocking investigation. Why is the terrible ghost with a pendulum haunting the young woman? 35-year-old Marta Konovalova from Ukraine sought the help of Olena Kurilova and Jana Shulikova, claiming a murderous ghost is haunting her and her 2 children.
I walked into the room and saw a black silhouette in the corner. It scared me to death.
A black silhouette, about 1.8 meters tall. I didn't see his face.
After each encounter with the man from the other side, the family members face mortal danger. Marta was nearly hit by a truck.
Had I taken just one step, I wouldn't be here now.
Soon afterward, Marta's daughter injured her arm badly.
She injured it so badly that her wrist was completely dislocated.
And her 13-year-old son was paralyzed after a slip and fall accident at a supermarket.
He spent 2 days in the intensive care. They said he had a brain hemorrhage from the impact, and it could have been fatal.
Marta thought her late husband, Victor, was trying to kill her and her family. The ghost they see in their apartment looks very much like him.
I saw him in a suit and white shirt, just like he was buried. I got goosebumps.
However, upon investigation, the psychics sensed the ghost was not Marta's deceased husband.
He too became a victim of that supernatural force.
Then who is the man threatening the woman and her children?
I see the spirit again. He's in a suit and white shirt, holding something like a set of keys or medallions on chains.
Why is the mysterious spirit hunting Marta's family? During the investigation, Jana Shulikova kept having strange visions of a young couple.
A strange picture, like a series of photographs. I see a couple, a man and a woman, holding hands. The woman is crying, but I sense that their relationship is being torn apart by a third person.
When she tuned into the malevolent entity, Olena Kurilova had a vision of a terrifying ritual.
A dark room and a woman's hand is drawing a pentagram on a mirror.
It turned out that Marta's mother, Maria, practiced magic.
Is it possible that she summoned the force that is now killing the family?
The psychics met the woman, who made a shocking confession related to her daughter's deceased husband.
I always defended her. She found herself a man.
Do you mean Victor?
Yes. He did things that were just awful. And I sense it. It was me who sent him to the cemetery. There are many things that I don't want her to even know.
Did you work with a mirror?
I did.
What did you use to draw the pentagrams?
My own blood.
My goodness.
I opened portals.
Did you summon spirits?
Yes.
I see that all your magic was aimed at finding a husband as your first love ended in heartbreak.
Yes.
The man abandoned you pregnant.
Yes.
He simply turned his back and left.
He said he already had a woman he was planning to marry. Mom raised me on her own.
I understood that the woman had read books full of absurd ritual recipes and decided she was a great sorceress. But it's not a game.
1, 2, 3. 3 dead men. They're all your men.
Marta says she was always shocked to learn of the death of her yet another stepfather. One was a victim of a street fight, another committed suicide, and the third died of pancreatic cancer.
Mom never had long-lasting relationships. They would die. Then she'd find another man, live with him for a while, and he'd die too.
We immediately thought that the woman might have summoned the spirit with pendulums, who killed her 3 husbands, her son-in-law, and then started hunting Marta.
Men pay with their lives for her love. Your magic turned against you.
Perhaps the woman herself suffered because of her magic, as a few months ago she fell ill with a severe form of meningitis. She was bedridden for a long time and only survived by a miracle.
But the cards showed me that the killer spirit appeared not because of her magic. She had nothing to do with her son-in-law's death. And I sensed the dead man with the pendulums attached himself to the family because he needed something from them.
The psychics say goodbye to Marta's mother and proceed with the investigation, trying to find the reason why the man's ghost is haunting the family.
You know, tuning into him, I see a picture. It's like a painting. It's a wedding. The bride's eyes are filled with tears.
Give me your hand. I sense an old house. Your family is connected to it.
Yes, we have a house. My great-grandfather and great-grandmother were from Poland. The whole family used to live in that house. Now, it's our summer cottage.
It turned out Marta had already witnessed the ghost and a strange shadow in the country house several times.
My daughter Irina has also seen it many times. She said she would never stay in that house alone, no matter what.
During her most recent visit, Marta noticed the eerie shadow again and decided to record it on video.
Look at the wall.
A shadow.
That's him.
The man with the pendulums?
That's him. Oh. This sound.
What do you hear?
A clock.
A clock ticking all around us. And then I realized that the ghost I kept seeing wasn't holding medallions or pendulums. They were pocket watches. The spirit was holding watches on chains.
It really does look like a pendulum. That's why every appearance of the spirit was connected to clocks and watches. Quiet. Is there a clock anywhere here?
There's no clock in here.
The answer was buried underground, and soon we found it. But at that moment, we had to figure out who the spirit with the watches was. And then Marta told us something really astonishing.
My great-grandfather was a watchmaker. He repaired pocket watches like these. We heard ticking all the time in the house.
He started repairing watches back in Poland, in Przemysl.
After moving from Poland to Ukraine, the man became a renowned watchmaker.
His entire room was filled with watches. He had a collection of those old watches on chains.
What was his name?
Mikhailo.
The murderous spirit has watches in his hands. And if he's bound to that house, we need to go there. As soon as we entered the yard, I noticed someone watching us. It was him, the spirit with the watches. He keeps coming here, and he even leaves traces.
Once I came here, the grass was parted, as if someone had walked through it.
He wants something from here.
As soon as we entered the room, I felt a sudden weakness. I couldn't catch my breath.
All right, hold up.
What was it? Could it be a simple power outage?
It felt like the lights went out for a reason. That ghost was close by.
Marta says that strange things happen with the electricity in this house, even though the wiring was recently replaced during renovations.
Yes, he's here.
Did you hear that?
Yes.
Do you see what's going on here?
I see an image again. It's like a photograph. The same young man and woman I saw before. The man stands by her, embracing and kissing her. But it feels like their relationship was destroyed, like the girl's life was cut short. Who are those people? What does it have to do with the watchmaker's spirit? And what does Marta's family have to do with this all? The cards say that it wasn't the ghost of her grandfather that Marta saw. It's not his spirit that the family keeps seeing.
It's not even funny.
I'm scared and feel a chill.
And then I suddenly heard a whisper. It was the voice of Marta's great-grandfather. He told me, "The cause is in the antique watch."
Your great-grandpa had many watches, didn't he?
Yes.
Where are they now?
The watches. During the renovation, the workers put them all in a pile somewhere. I don't know where they put them.
Marta says that after her great-grandfather's death, some watches were thrown away, while relatives took others.
One of the great-grandfather's antique watches held a secret. We needed to find the watch as soon as possible.
It's somewhere here. My senses led me outside. The man's voice said the watch was where the water was. No, not here.
Could it be where the rainwater drains?
Where does it drain?
Here and there.
The watch stopped.
Search where the watch stopped. Seek there.
Underground? Give me a knife or something.
I can bring a shovel.
The earth was hard and it was difficult to dig.
My heart's thumping. What did you find?
Look.
A watch. I see a chain. It's a watch.
Oh my God.
I was shocked. It apparently spent a lot of time buried underground. But how did it get there?
It could be an evil charm.
Give me a handkerchief.
Is it your great-grandfather's?
He had lots of such watches. He had plenty of pocket watches.
Maybe when they were taking the things out, it fell here?
Let's check it. It's not a curse.
But the ghost is coming back here because of this watch specifically.
But why would he need it?
You know what I see? There was a lid that covered the dial. And on the lid, I made out a picture. A young man watches a girl walking by. It was like love at first sight. I saw them earlier today. They are the same couple I've seen in all the pictures. It felt like the watch was part of a collection. And the images I saw throughout the investigation seemed to be the designs on the lids of antique watches. There were 7 of them. And they were somehow connected to the girl whom the man loved during his lifetime.
But why was this watch here? There were these strange sounds coming from the roof. It was just terrifying.
I see him. The spirit with the pocket watches in his hands. Exactly like the one we found, was standing in front of me. He was tall and thin, and had a good-looking, handsome face. The man was around 40, and he was wearing a dark suit and a white shirt like those from the past. I asked the spirit who he was and why he was haunting Marta and her family. He said, I asked them not to sell it.
Did someone sell this watch to someone else? Maybe to my grandfather?
It's his watch. He made a series, a collection of watches. There are 6 more. He was a watchmaker, like your grandfather.
The cards revealed that the man depicted himself and the girl, the love of his life, on those watches.
He says, this is the story of my tragic love for Anna. He showed me these pictures so I could see and feel his love. Each watch depicted a fragment of their tragic relationship. The young man first sets eyes on the young beauty. Their meeting and first date. The girl tells him that her parents are giving her in marriage to a wealthy man. The bride's tears at her wedding to another man. And soon after, her illness and death. Many years have passed since the girl's death. He finds himself in dire straits. He goes to sell his collection of watches to a jeweler, asking him not to sell it and saying he'll buy it back. It's my memory and the memory of my love. But he was deceived. The jeweler sells the watches and he sells them to different people.
And he's now searching for his watches, right?
Yes. His spirit is visiting everyone who has one of those watches, trying to reclaim the only thing left from his love.
After the investigation, our journalists began searching for the information to confirm or refute the psychic's words. They discovered that the psychics had sensed real events that took place a century ago, linked to a famous jeweler, Boris Granovsky.
In 1916, a stranger approached the jeweler with a collection of pocket watches in an antique style. Under each lid, there were pictures painted with enamel. He asked for 35 rubles. And at that time, you could buy a small house for 30 rubles.
The jeweler quickly sold the watches to wealthy customers who could afford such valuable items. However, those who purchased them seemingly faced misfortune.
4 of the buyers unexpectedly went bankrupt. 1 shot himself in the head. 3 others died suddenly. Another was robbed and murdered, and the 7th simply disappeared without a trace. The jeweler himself emigrated abroad, and his fate remains unknown.
Nobody knows what happened to the watches or where they are now, but what does Marta's family have to do with this? How did one of the 7 watches from the collection end up with her great-grandfather?
Someone brought it to him to repair.
Mom told me the story. A young man brought the watch. It had no lid, and he couldn't find one anywhere.
And he left the watch and never came back. He suddenly passed away, and the watch remained with the great-grandfather. The spirit isn't here to harm Marta's family. He wants his watch back. But his each appearance brings mortal danger to those he encounters.
Why does the man want those watches? If he's dead, he should have met his woman in the afterlife.
No. They didn't meet because he seems to have given an oath.
Until he finds them all, right?
He vowed during his lifetime to return all those watches, as they were his life. And he didn't fulfill his vow.
It was an unfinished mission for the watchmaker. And spirits with unfinished missions cannot pass into the afterlife. He won't meet the woman he loves until he finds all the 7 watches.
This is the last one, and the spirit won't stop until he takes back this watch. But this is very dangerous for Marta and her family.
But how do we end it?
There's only one way to give the ghost what belongs to him. It's through the cemetery.
We needed to find a grave with the same name as the girl the man loved.
Marta says that her great-grandmother, who had the same name, Anna, is buried in the local cemetery.
I read the incantation to contact the spirit and return him the 7th watch.
Take what you want and leave us alone.
He accepted it.
I felt warmth. It felt like a release.
Through the fire, I opened a portal so that the watchmaker's spirit could depart.
Suddenly, I saw the image of a young girl and I understood that she was the watchmaker's sweetheart. She was waiting for him, whom she loved during her life and still loved beyond the grave.
I'm so grateful to you. Finally, the 2 souls have found peace.